the biggest one is finding somebody that you can trust. That's our number one thing, just the kind of that unique dynamic in the military where we like veteran owned businesses, or we like to work with, people that understand us, that get us, that understand what a PCS move and what TDY is, or PTDY, or all these different terms, and know the changes that can happen with that and what military families go through. So having that unique experience of somebody being through a military move in the past.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Jason Anderson, founder and CEO of Veteran PCS. Jason, how you doing today?
Hi, Andrew. Great. Happy to be here.
Oh, thank you for spending some time with us here on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Veteran PCS.
Yeah, I am a just Midwestern guy by trade. So grew up in Minnesota, went to school at the University of North Dakota for aviation and business, had a dream to fly for the military. So right after graduating college in 2012, commissioned into the Army. Okay. And that started kind of a fast and furious 8 years of flying and traveling, deployments, and all kinds of stuff, a lot of life lessons. So I was in Alabama, South Korea, North Carolina, Afghanistan, back to Alabama, Colorado, and then we did a trip all over Europe, like kind of East area, and then got out in 2020. So that was kind of the first, professional experience. And then through COVID, ended up getting my real estate license. And then that really led into kind of this discovery of building Veteran PCS.
And tell everyone what Veteran PCS does.
Yeah, so Veteran PCS is a website that just simply features veteran and military spouse real estate agents and mortgage lenders across the country. So they're from a variety of different companies. It has been designed to equally support the veteran and military spouse businesses as much as it supports the moving military families. So the way that we've set up the business is that it's free for agents to be featured on there. So it helps support their businesses. There's other companies that charge like sometimes over $10,000 a month to be a preferred agent, which can be really hard for a veteran or military, really anybody. But so we've designed it to help support their businesses, and then just after closing, we collect a referral. We send a bonus back to the moving military family after closing. So the moving military family, they get some money to help with their move. The veteran or military spouse agents, they get business. And then we donate another portion to charity from every closing. And then we run their website with what's left.
That's excellent. Win-win across the board. And I can think of no demographic that has to move more often than military people. And it's usually on fairly short notice and don't always have a lot of contacts where they're going. So that's quite a niche you're filling in. And by the way, thank you for your service. Truly appreciate it. And I'm glad you made it from all those back safely from all those deployments. So you started this business in COVID, is that correct?
Yeah, it was an idea that just happened late 2020, and then found a web development company and kind of pitched the whole idea. We coded everything out and launched by April of 2021. So it was kind of in the heat of a big real estate boom, and now we've seen the other side of the interest rates, one of the highest hikes in the last several decades. So yeah, two kind of huge, big swing in the market and everything like that. But I've still been able to grow and be successful, which has been great.
Excellent. Well, what are the most common problems you're solving for your clients, other than having a clue of who to turn to wherever they're going?
Yeah, the biggest one is finding somebody that you can trust. That's our number one thing. There's just the kind of that unique dynamic in the military where we like veteran owned businesses, or we like to work with, people that understand us, that get us, that understand what a PCS move and what TDY is, or PTDY, or all these different terms, and know just the changes that can happen with that and what military families go through. So having that unique experience of somebody being through a military move in the past, there's just a unique connection there, which really differentiates ourselves. And one of those aspects that we solve is just, the stress of moving can be huge. So just being able to work with people that can educate you on the VA loan, tell you honestly what you're getting into or what the costs are going to be, help protect them, when they're making a big decision like that, oftentimes when they haven't even visited the area, is huge.
Again, trust is a huge word in this day and age, let alone any others. But the fact that you're veteran owned and operated, and that you understand the process, that's got to be a very comforting first step for somebody once they arrive at your site.
Yeah, exactly. That's really how we've tried to design, is just be very relatable, actually feature agents, like their name, their face. You can see a picture about them, and then or read a bio about them, and then they just choose whichever agent that they're comfortable with, or they can interview a couple different ones and then just choose whichever one that they feel happy with.
Now, aside from that experience, understanding the playing field of all of your clients, what else differentiates you in the market today?
Yeah, the relatability aspect of it, and then the education piece is really important. So I've interviewed every single agent, every single lender that's on there. So it's not an open registration or anything like that. Again, I take the time to have a phone call with every single person that's listed on the website, kind of talk through their experience, how many military families and VA loans and what situations they've run into in the past. And then on the lending piece, one of the biggest ones is somebody actually sitting down or meeting over Zoom or a phone call or something to discuss all of those options and help educate them on the VA loan, versus just, hey, click here, apply now, send me all your bank information, send me all this, and then we'll let you know what kind of numbers you could go up to, and just somebody that communicates over email.
How many agents are we talking about listed through your network now?
Yeah, it's grown to a little over 270 agents across the country in about 43 states. So we're working on just filling out the last handful of states.
That was my next question. What 7 states are you looking to expand to?
Yeah, these are some of the ones where we don't see quite as many military bases. So some of them are like some of the smaller states up in the Northeast, some of the Midwestern states are kind of the areas that we're working to fill out.
Gotcha. Yeah, switch gears to the land of marketing for a minute. It's 2023, and people need to know why they should be doing business with you. What role has content played in the growth of veteran PCS?
Yeah, it's it's been really just our story up to this point. It's real estate is such a huge market, and there's so much advertising, so many huge players in it, that it's really become an aspect of like, okay, well, what does make us different? And I think that the story of really highlighting and honoring, veteran military spouse businesses, helping them succeed, trying to capture that story and really let people know that, hey, this is a win-win. There's no weird costs, there's no weird fees, there's no catch about it. It's really just military families helping military families move, which is our mission.
I applaud the approach. I applaud, helping lift people up that are putting themselves in harm's way for the rest of the country. I truly appreciate you serving those who are serving. Look a year down the line. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
Let's see. Well, let's professionally, a year from now, we're really trying to get this year, we'll end up doing about 120 closings with military families. Last year was 60. So we're right about like the 90-ish mark or so right now. So it'd be awesome to double. And then we're really trying to work on getting up over this 500 closings per year mark. So that would be huge. And then putting out a lot more content when it comes to the education piece. So we're drafting and working on a big home buying and VA loan guide and some of those things that is just free, where people can, a lot of the answers that I find myself answering with every client that I work with personally in Colorado Springs. It's like, well, let's just put all this stuff down on paper and have resources that can get out to military people where they can read it or they can watch it. They can, learn a lot of this stuff on their own, and just have a good source, again, that they can trust, where they can find this information, instead of making some mistakes and then, going back on that. So yeah, getting the word out, developing our social media presence, and highlighting a lot of the stories of some of these agents and military spouses, the families that have closed or the ones that have invested in real estate throughout their military career. We just had one that, they had bought and sold 4 or 5 houses over their, 20-year career, and then were able to liquidate like the 2 or 3 homes that they still had and buy a dream home. It's got like an amazing mountain view and everything. It's really awesome to see. So yeah, a lot of the content, a lot of the education, setting up some events at different bases, and ultimately just the word of mouth business getting out there, to get up over this, 500 closings mark, and then on beyond to the, 1,000, a few thousand a year plus.
Excellent. Excellent. Please tell us, what's your URL? Where can people find Veteran PCS, and what social media outlets are using these days as well?
Yeah, it's just simply veteranpcs.com. A lot of people ask about PCS, like what that is. It stands for permanent change of station, which is ironic because it's not permanent.
It's never permanent.
So it's but it's a term that's just used synonymously in the military with move. So I'm PCSing to Colorado, or I'm PCSing to North Carolina. So it kind of makes sense. It's just a key term. So veteranpcs.com, and then all of our social media stuff is just at Veteran PCS.
Jason Anderson of Veteran PCS, I wish you and yours all the best in the future, continued success, and I appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas today.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
My pleasure. Be well.